Welcome to the show.
If you're on a reality show, you kind of just have to roll with it.
Being an entrepreneur is a different way you have to think, right? There's trade-offs.
It's a lot of pressure. I got really short with Abe. He was like, you're being an asshole to me on camera, but no one's going to know why.
There's, I think, a psychological push and pull in a relationship.
I also think couples stop having fun together, and that's a big problem.
I think that lies in the fact that they stop liking each other. What's a telltale sign of someone that you can tell is producing themselves?
Did you notice anyone self-producing on our show? I didn't even think twice about posting her, but people were so nasty.
Everyone wants to ask the woman that. It's very interesting.
They just care about what they think they know.
It has changed my life.
Do I have what it takes to be a housewife?
Yes.
Really?
I think so.
I do. What does it take?
Honesty.
Okay.
And fun and being a real person.
But are the girls' trips really hard?
If someone's really mean to you, yes.
But isn't it hard to be with all these different dynamics trapped in a hotel?
Well, I love girls' trips. Are you a girls' trip kind of girl?
I'm not.
Okay, so I love that. I thrive in a girls' trip.
I just feel like I maybe have post-traumatic stress from bachelorette parties that I need to conquer.
Many, right? We had to go on so many of those.
I mean, Jesus, someone's getting married every weekend.
Every weekend.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was I remember one year I had 12 weddings and I'm like, this is sick.
Yeah, and it's even harder if you're a bridesmaid.
Oh, I know.
And then they give you an ugly color to wear. I can't wear mustard yellow.
So bad. It's really bad.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having
us, guys.
We're so excited to do a him and her on him and her. That'll be fun.
Have you done this before? Yes,
Yeah,
before.
we've done it.
Yes, we've done it a couple times.
But I'm excited to do it with you guys because you talk on a mic together
Yeah.
and you entertain together. And sometimes you do a him and her and it's you're interviewing two different people on it should be two different shows.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's fine, but it makes it hard because you're almost having two different conversations in the same episode.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
guys
talking
know
with the overlap of talking.
It's just somebody's coming in to promote one thing and the other person is doing something else and you have to make it all work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So let's get down to brass tacks. Where were you when you found out that Abe sold the Bitcoin?
Everyone wants to know about this.
We're still talking about
yeah.
this.
Sheena asked
I'm
me this
obsessed.
morning too.
Yeah, it's
Sheena literally
juicy.
Well,
It's
we're
juicy.
fascinated because I try, anything we do, I try to tell Lauren exactly what our situation is because I worry, if something happens to me, I need you to know what to do with our family. And she has no interest.
No,
So-
that's not true. I have interest. I just think I don't understand Bitcoin, so I don't understand where
Me
it
neither.
is.
Which I wish I did. But I knew it was worth a lot and I was mad.
So how'd you find out?
We were in the car and he told me. And I was like, you motherfucker.
But was it one of those things where you you were mad? Did you know about it before? And then
I knew we had them.
Okay.
You're asking if she knew that I had sold it before we talked about it?
Well, I was asking, was there an awareness that you even had it in the first
Yes.
place?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
But I could have also not known
Mhm.
because it wasn't my thing.
Mhm.
But I still was really pissed.
That moment was so relatable when you guys talked about this on the show because we all have had a partner that does something behind the other's back and then gets caught red-handed.
Well, I don't view it in quite those terms.
Also, he wasn't caught. I wish he was caught.
I think it's more about, and I guess it happens with both genders, but I think men experience this more where you avoid saying things because you don't want your wife to be stressed out. This is not a justification, this is the mindset. And a lot of men experience this, and I've learned that you shouldn't do that. It's better just be forthright and honest.
But you're also an avoidant person.
Well, I was an avoidant person.
Okay, you have changed.
But,
True.
it's one of the things, it's not malicious, it's not life-altering, it's just things happen when you started a business years ago and it ate all our money up and it was a great learning experience. But from that, just a sequence of little small things. And at what point it's more small things accumulate. She's like, well, I can't say it now because then it's all the other shit. And then it comes to a head. I'm glad it did because we've been really good about communicating. And
When you say you used to be an avoidant person, but you've changed, what does that mean?
well, I had a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, but it was before that. You're giving way too much credit to the spiritual awakening.
Fine. That's where I slayed the dragon
Yeah.
Okay.
of the
So
ego.
how did it begin?
If you don't know, Abe is the biggest dork you will ever meet. So
I love
just
it, Abe. I
understand.
love dorks.
Dork
it out.
Dork.
I have
Slay the
dork
dragon.
without a
So
hot
when
wife.
did you start figuring out you had an avoidant personality, and then what was the dragon that you slayed with your spiritual experience?
So I've always known I've been avoidant, but it really came to a head with this Bitcoin thing, which was evocative of a just a general issue. And it's something we had talked about a lot, and Erin helped me kind of bring to light. And that was a journey I was on. And then a couple of months ago, I was on a psychedelic healing retreat. And I went in. I was at the source of creation, and I slayed the dragon, which was my ego.
Was this the first psychedelic experience you've had?
Definitely
No,
not.
no. Okay.
That this was the first of this kind that I've ever had. It was a binary thing. Like, I've never experienced anything like this in my life. And I do psychedelics. I've done psychedelics.
But for fun, like this was like a medical.
Yeah, for fun. This was like a spiritual, guided, inward thing. It was. I can't even explain it.
What was? I need to know what it was though.
They've asked that I don't specify exactly, but it was a mix of psychedelics, MDMA, and a dissociative.
And did you have all these realizations when you were there?
No, I was after that I unpacked it. When I was in there, I met my ancestors. I sat at the source of creation. I existed not as Abe, but as light and sound. And I traversed the universe. And then I created the multiverse and found the trickster figure, the archetype, who were my ancestors, who welcomed me home and told me to remember myself. And so then it was all the unpacking after that I really kind of understood what I had experienced.
I would love to meet my ancestors. That sounds
You guys
absolutely
should come
amazing.
to this.
You have to tell me off air what this is. I'm
The guy
so
that
interested.
created it is also amazing.
Erin, from your perspective, when he comes back, did you notice a difference? I mean, you've known each other obviously forever. Like,
I mean, he had been changing that side. Like, he knew that he had an issue, and he'd been started to go to therapy and like was working on himself and all that. But this was like the jolt that I think he really needed to like really let go of. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to give you that much credit yet. We'll give it time, but
It's fair.
But you have changed pretty drastically from that.
So you don't feel you're avoidant anymore?
No, I'm not perfect. No, I still can be avoidant. I think it's not a binary thing. It's just a gradient.
But really way less. I mean, like even yesterday,
yeah,
we were just talking real stuff. I mean, you guys know you're business owners. Like there are ups and downs. There are challenges that we face. I mean, all good, but we're facing a little thing at work right now. And like he sat down and we just like had this whole long talk about it. And I was like, you just came to me. I didn't ask you any questions. Like you just fully opened up about the challenges that you're experiencing right now as your role in CEO. And I was like, do you realize that? Like, because that would have been something I feel like I would have had to ask you, like, what's going on with this?
absolutely.
so before you would have held it in.
What are the different archetypes? It's avoidant. What's the other ones? I want to know which one you are.
There's it depends on what school of thought.
I don't know.
There's the avoidant, there's the detached avoidant,
Right.
attached avoidant, or dependent avoidant, and then there's the anxious something.
Which is like,
Anxious attachment style.
yeah, I think they're attachment styles, not archetypes.
Yeah,
right?
I think attachment styles.
Right.
When you guys decide that you're going to go on reality television, you had 3 kids at the time and you make that decision, what is the conversation like before you decide to accept the offer?
It
Are the
happens
terms
so fast.
negotiable?
No, meaning like, what is the conversation between you two as a married couple?
To decide to do it in the first place.
It happened so fast. I don't even remember.
It wasn't that deep or long of a conversation. It was like there's an opportunity to have a journey and an experience that could have a pecuniary benefit to us indirectly, and let's just see where it goes.
And it was also like the thought came up, and within a month and a half, I had the offer in my hand. So it was like barely any. It was just like, are we going to do this or not?
And when you go on, do you decide, is it a conscious decision that I'm just going to be my honest, real self?
Well, actually, going back to the Bitcoin, it's like an interesting thing that happened. We had literally we filmed the first episode with our kids at Serendipity, and they were like running around crazy and being whatever. And I got like really short with Abe, and I was like, I don't know, I was being a bitch. And later that night, he was like, you're being an
talking
asshole.
about mushrooms.
I was like, he was like, you're being an asshole to me on camera, but no one's going to know why. Like, I know why, but nobody else is going to know why. So you just look like a bitch. And he was like, if you want, we can talk about it. And that's how we decided to have the conversation about Bitcoin. So like, I don't think that we plan necessarily what we're going to talk about, but like he noticed that I was still angry and had this resentment because we were going through it in real time. And that was when we made the decision to like, so I think what if you're on a reality show, you kind of just have to roll with it. You know, you can have conversations about like, okay, we're going to talk about this or we're not going to talk about something, but like you kind of just have to let it flow. And that's what happened that day where I was clearly still angry. And he was like, okay, well, we should talk about it then because it's coming out on camera.
What's a tall sign of someone that you can tell is producing themselves or self-producing?
I think it's so obvious.
Tell me how, because why can't I like see that?
Did you notice anyone self-producing on our show?
To be honest with you, now that you say that, I could look back on moments, but while I'm watching it, no. And I don't know if I'm just,
But
I
I
need
think
to pay
that's
attention.
also an active choice by a lot of the audiences that watch these shows, right?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
want to know.
you want to believe that this is
I know
100%
what you
real.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's my
I think
vice.
that eventually it comes out.
Mhm.
So even if you don't see it in real time or you're not noticing it while you're watching, like eventually it just comes out, or like there's like a blogger that talks about it or whatever it is. Like it just does, because there's no way to be that self-producing and like that calculated without it coming out on a reality show that's actually real.
Without giving us like someone specific, like what's a sign of it?
When
Just tell us what their name
there's
rhymes
like
with.
people behind the scenes being like, let's do this, let's do that. Like, I told you not to do this. I told you not to do that. It's like, you don't get to tell me what to do.
So
when we're on a show like
so
that.
they plan what they're going to do for the camera. Is that what that means?
I think from my perspective, and I'm somewhat an audience observer because I'm not a cast member and like I'm on it a little bit, but observing, I think it's a combination of that. And I think you can look at the body language. You can see there's a disconnect between like the smile and the eyes, little things like that I think the audience doesn't even realize that they're picking up on. And over the course of a season or two seasons, when you see the same performative shtick, it's like, okay, that can't be real. And then, they're planning behind the scenes. I don't know, but I'm sure that happens.
I think it's also like a personality type that people start to catch on to after a while. It's like that performative, like over the top. And then it's like after a while, you're like, what do they do? Like, this is
Like
clearly for the
self-serving.
show. Yeah.
I think that you represent New York really well. Like when I watched your show, I felt like I was getting a look at the real New York through you. Does that make sense?
Ugh, I love you. That's all I ever talk about. I'm like, I'm from New York.
No,
You're not.
I loved that. And I also loved how you opened up about your dad. You opened up about your abortion. You were so honest. And I think that resonates with the audience. When you decided to bring your dad on the show, was he excited about it?
Oh my God. He is such a natural superstar. He was such a natural superstar. So like he was just,
He's
loved
so cute. I
cute.
wanted to hang out with him.
All my friends were obsessed with him.
Very likable.
I know.
And how amazing that you have those memories on the show
I
that you can go
know.
back to.
It was hard for me to watch that episode.
How
for a
long has it been
while.
now since he's passed?
About a year.
Ugh, it's tough.
And I was
Sorry.
pregnant the whole time.
It's even tougher.
When you found out that you were pregnant with your fourth, were you guys surprised?
No.
No, you knew.
I was shocked.
I knew the moment we conceived.
Okay, I know.
So did you.
You
we
knew
usually
the
know.
moment.
No, you feel. I know what you're talking about.
what
You feel like
is
that was the one.
You
Yeah.
guys can feel the moment.
It just feels like that was the one.
We were in Aspen.
Okay.
And
We had a lot of
were
fun.
having sex, and
Abe was like, "I just got you
came
pregnant."
inside of her, and it was there was love, and there was a connection and a spark that you felt too.
Oh my God.
And I knew at that moment that we had conceived a kid.
It's actually happened every single time.
What is it like
We
with
knew
four
when
children?
we were in LA.
Do you want to go
we were in
over
the
our
hotel.
experience?
I had
We were
Now-
at the
now I
Beverly
do.
Hills
Now we
Hotel.
know.
This is the
We
real
went to a
story.
birthday party.
I just got my body back on that day.
That's what
I
happens.
took
That's
a
what
video
happens.
of myself. I was looking like
It's your fault, Michael.
creme de la creme at my goal weight. Literally that day, I was like, wow, I'm going to wear red. That's how you know. If I wear red, I'm feeling good. It's not black. I'm feeling good. This motherfucker gets me pregnant
Ugh.
the day
It's
I
so
got my
upset.
body back.
That's the hardest part, honestly,
It's
about having a
insane.
baby. Yeah,
It's like
it's
you
really
knew.
hard.
Well, listen, because you were giving off like you were, you're feeling
think
yourself.
you're
Right,
right.
It's like a
it's your
charging
fault because you were
bull.
so hot.
Yeah.
I'm charging bull.
Look at this
Yeah.
charging bull.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
In
Yeah.
the red with the.
Oh.
No, and like you guys both have kids, and so we got a night away. We were in a hotel. There was nobody around. We were going to a birthday.
best.
We had a couple drinks.
I mean,
I was
Lauren,
like, yeah,
the-
it was like
So much
It was,
fun.
like, for sure. It was like
We
there's a
need a night
formula.
like that. It's like enough.
It's weird too when you get pregnant and you've been pregnant before, you realize that there's a long journey ahead. So as happy as you are, it's also emotional.
Very.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Is that how it feels with the fourth too?
You know what? Oddly, this last time, it was just like, I just was like, oh, I had to disassociate.
Yeah.
You know
I know what you're saying.
My third was the hardest.
Why?
Hardest. I gained the most weight. It took me a year to lose it. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. It was by far the hardest. My fourth, I was just like, I'm not changing what I eat.
Yeah.
This baby is not doing this to me. So like, I literally ate the exact same way as I did before. I worked out like crazy. They were like, oh, you shouldn't be an SLT at like, you're 2 weeks out. I'm like, fuck that. I'm doing SLT. Like, I was not messing around this time.
That's how I play the sushi. I just the oysters. I was popping oysters.
By the way, I think they're healthy.
You know what? It's
Good
zinc.
zinc source.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel.
You know
I
what
think.
else is a good zinc source?
What?
Yeah, I do.
What?
I know where you're going with
What's
this.
a good zinc source?
Every guy in the room knows what you're saying.
I
What's
don't.
a good zinc source?
Michael will show you later.
Oh, I've had enough. I am semened out. There's semen coming out of my ears. I'm good.
This is why we waited 5 years.
Listen, cold season's coming up. Cold and flu season. You're gonna
We're just
beef
trying to
up on that
protect you
zinc.
guys from getting
Enough
sick.
is enough. Ghostbusters. So four is the number. That's it.
Yes,
You're done.
that's it. Don't
Abe
even
doesn't
make
feel
these
done.
faces.
I'm
I'm done.
Jedi's
I'm done. I would
don't
love
speak
for
in
you.
absolutes.
I would love for you.
I'm not getting a vasectomy.
I would love it.
And
What do you do about that? If you're not getting a vasectomy, I
You
talk about
know,
this.
that's
Well,
an
I
interesting
told you to go buy
topic
condoms.
I'm happy to
I'm not
talk
going
about
birth
it.
because I've
I have
heard
a lot of opinions.
I would love to hear your opinions because I also don't want one. I heard that there, and this could be a straight Instagram myth. We all get these things now in the health space, but they were saying that there was an increased risk in either Alzheimer's or dementia by a pretty significant percentage for men that have got a vasectomy.
Wow.
And also potentially, and again, someone may debunk this, but medical people are
Right.
yell, potential prostate cancer issues.
Wow.
And to me, like,
He's going to use this for later on, Aaron.
it's
Oh yeah.
the only way that I can
No,
rationalize any of this is that
maybe.
you're maybe inhibiting a natural function of the body, which I
Land
think
the
in
plane.
any case is
Michael,
maybe not great.
this
Whatever.
is like you're
Long
trying to
story
make an
short,
excuse not to get a
long,
vasectomy.
long story short, into
you want
camera,
it to get
I
one?
will not be getting a vasectomy.
I won't either.
Listen, I get it.
So it's
The
that,
truth is,
it's-
I do get
I
it.
feel like we're getting
'Cause it's
I'm gonna get shipped with it, but it's neutered.
And I get it.
I
get
don't
it.
want my life force.
But you just have to use condoms. So
That's
it is
fine,
what it is.
because eventually we won't have to use condoms regularly, and it'll be that much better.
When I'm 38, dude, it's going to be a long time. What are you trying to say? I'm going to have like menopause soon?
Careful,
Oh,
Abe.
but
Let's
like
we'll move to another segment here.
Michael should really get a brand deal with bearskin condoms. That's the kind he uses.
Oh, that's what I hear.
Yeah, because they're so thin. They're
I was
like
talking to AI the other day. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is the thinnest
I've heard about them.
utility
We have-
that will get the job done but protect everyone? And
I got the
Maybe I
thin
can get a
ones,
new
actually, the ones
sponsor.
I just
We got those
I got
ones.
the
No,
Magnum,
yeah, but-
like the
Bearskin.
bearskin, I think.
Magnum.
Yeah.
I love how he threw
Yes,
the
I threw
Magnum.
that in.
Oh, I didn't even.
Really?
I swear I didn't.
Yeah,
mean it like
sure.
That. I
sit
swear
with
to
your legs
God.
like this.
I'm just picturing the brand.
There's also
It's not
another
Sure,
one.
Abe.
There's also another one I heard called Skin, SKYN is what I've heard. But
Oh.
maybe I need to know.
I've heard lambskin is the best, but they're
We've had
expensive.
that
Yeah,
before.
they're very expensive. They smell bad.
I like the old pull-out method. I feel like that
Risky,
worked in the
risky.
olden
It does work.
days.
It does work.
Yeah, the pull-out method works.
Yeah, but then you can't come together.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Name of the pod.
Yeah,
He's
the
plugging.
name of the pod. That's
Got
the
it.
Plus, we all got to plug something, but I actually meant it in the literal sense too.
You can't come
Okay,
together.
but you do not want to get a vasectomy because you feel it neuters your life force.
Yes.
I
And there's
agree.
another component. I feel like you lose a little bit of psychological leverage in the relationship.
But not really, because why
how
would
would you know?
Well, explain
Explain
that.
what you're
Why?
talking
You-
about.
you-
I can get what you're saying.
Explain that.
This is going to sound like not fully what I'm meaning to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
God.
There's a
We
sense
can edit
of
this,
like
right?
we're in it for the long haul. Like we're going to die all together. But there's, I think, a psychological push and pull in a relationship. And one of the things that men have is
That you can impregnate more people.
you can impregnate more people, theoretically.
Little threats.
The way he thinks.
Oh no! You know why I knew what
I'm
he was
not
going to
the only
say?
one who thinks
Because
that.
I think like that kind of as a girl. Like I like to know what my leverage is in the relationship, so I
course.
understand what you're saying.
You're saying that it's like,
It's a
better
little.
hold on to this guy because his equipment still works and there's other opportunities to.
And kind of it's fun to be like, as a woman, I cut it off.
And
Like-
by the way, everyone, Abe said that, not me.
Abe will get in trouble for
I
this.
get what you're saying though. It's a little bit
I
of
love
like
it.
leverage,
Yeah. Just a subtle
a
thing.
little power.
Yeah. I need to look. I have to balance it somehow. Look at her. She's like,
How do you guys
My
think
boss.
about marriage and partnership?
that's a broad question. I don't even know where to begin.
I feel like we're pretty partnered.
Yeah. Like it's weird because we're life partners and we're business partners.
Like like you guys, it's like a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot
there's-
more than just a marriage. There's like a lot that goes into working together and having a lot of kids. And
There
being
are
in a
pros and
relationship.
cons. I mean, I'd be curious to know what your guys' experience too is, because we've talked about this where the obvious pros are, you share ideas, you're in bed, going to sleep and just talking, like a lot of great ideas come there and there's a natural kind of flow between your professional and personal life. But then there's the potential downside of the dynamics where it's like, for example, like I'm the CEO of the company. We're co-founders, equal co-founders, but sometimes as CEO, I have to give a directive and she's like,
you don't give me directives, though. I'm not going to listen to you ever. Beyond that, though,
That's not
I think
true.
that, yes, it is.
it's true.
The
So I had to
the
feel
thing that I think
get
is really
power
interesting.
leverage to do
With your balls.
Yeah.
No. The thing that I think is really interesting about working together and being in a relationship is that if you're two people that love business and love to work, which I don't think is everybody, but if it happens to be that you both love working so much, you can make so much more of your time when you have a business together.
Mhm.
And like there's so much upside when it works because it really can work. You know what I mean?
100%.
So
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this all the time. I think the working dynamic in a relationship is way harder to figure out than anything else.
Yeah.
Because of like, there's the different power dynamics, how things work, how they don't work, who's got what say, who doesn't have what to say. I think the other thing that's really difficult and which would never work for either of us is, previous relationships or something like that, where people says like, okay, you've got to stop talking about this thing at this time. Like that, I think
100%.
Yeah.
that wouldn't work.
We talk about that actually on the
Could you
podcast a lot.
imagine?
No.
It's like it's a natural evolution. Like sometimes you're not talking about it, sometimes you are. Sometimes like I don't like the restrictive element.
The
I
other
can
thing,
see though why it's hard for like say a man is working all day long at the office and he's running shit and then he comes home and the woman's been doing her thing, whatever that is. Let's say she's a stay-at-home mom. I could see how it's hard for both of them because they're in
Well,
such different worlds to
I'll
connect.
give you like a perfect example. We've been doing this show for close to a decade. We've done 900 plus episodes, interviewed
Wow.
800 people.
Congrats.
Well, thank you. But the reason I'm bringing it up is imagine if one of us only was having all of those interactions with all of these interesting people through all these years.
Yeah.
Very
And then you
hard.
go
Very
home
hard.
and the other person hasn't been part of that. Like I would feel left out. She would probably feel left out. And
Yeah.
so we get to do this together. And I think we're having all these great conversations and learning together. And I feel like it would be very difficult in our lives to come home and only one of us had those experiences.
Totally.
I love that point.
Totally agree. But I think there's also on the other side of it, and I understand what you're saying about like if one person is out there working and then they come home and it's like they can't connect. But on the other side of it, it's like your safe space, right? You want to come home and be able to vent about what's going on or what you did that day. And if you can't do that because the person's going to feel left out or upset, that's kind of like a double-edged sword, I feel. So like I would imagine that you'd want to encourage that kind of communication because otherwise then the person is just feeling like not even involved in that person's life at all because they can't talk about their business life at home.
You're so right. What is you guys' strategy when it comes to having 4 kids and running a business as successful as you do? What's the tip, the takeaway?
Systems and organization and asking for help. This is something I learned a year and a half ago almost 2 years ago now, getting more help, which I did not ever think I would have an assistant. Like, I don't know why, like a personal assistant. I don't know. I just was like, I had people that worked for me at work and they would help me with certain things like in our business, but I never thought I'd have a go-to person. It has changed my life. And also Abe runs a law firm. Like he has a successful practice. He's now hiring people and he's like, it's changed my life.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big step for people who own businesses that run their own businesses because I'm a little bit of a control freak. I like things the way I do. You kind of have to, when you're growing, you've got to give the reins.
Delegate.
You got to delegate. And once you start doing it, there's like all these other opportunities and all these other things that you can grow into. And it's very exciting, actually.
I
Just
also
have more
think
time.
help when you have help at home. I think so many people lie about the help that they have at home. You see influencers and celebrities not being honest. The reason I have
In what way? Just
like they'll just they won't admit they have a nanny.
Not in my world. On Bravo, they're like, I have 17 babies.
Yeah, a lot of on Instagram.
I could see that.
They're not honest. Or I'll give you another one, a night nurse. When I told people I had a night nurse, people were like, I think some were shocked that they didn't know that happens. And the other half were like, thanks for being honest, because people lie about that.
I don't think people are
I
shocked.
got nasty comments.
I think people are, I don't think people are shocked that you have it or that you've done it. I think people are shocked that you share and you're open about it, because a lot of people just are not
I
open
think
about it.
that having help gives me more time
people
with my
gave me
kids.
Nasty comments.
Like I really
about
think
sanity.
Well, there is a gender dynamic here where I promise you, Abe and I never get questioned by our guy friends or girls if we have help, like if we have a nanny.
and why
Never.
not?
Never.
I work the
That happens
exact
to
same
women.
amount as him, and you probably work the same amount as. But everyone wants to ask the woman that. It's very interesting. I look at his help like I get to spend more time with my kids.
Oh,
if I
there's
have help
nothing wrong
doing
with it.
laundry, then I can be more present.
It's a necessary. It's for me. It's necessary.
It's
and I'm
necessary.
so grateful.
How is
I'm
this
so
even
grateful.
controversial?
Oh
Like,
my God!
Because
You
it
should
is.
see the comments on Instagram people send.
Oh, I had
Well, it's controversial, I think, because listen, it's a luxury to be able to obviously have
Absolutely.
help and resources.
Absolutely.
And not everyone is able to have that. And so I think it's controversial because sometimes people might be upset if somebody has it and they either can't or it's not available to them. So I think like it, there's that. But that's in everything, right?
But help could also be your mom or your sister, or it could be free
I don't
help.
have my mom and
It's just
sister living
asking for
next to
help.
me. Yeah,
Right.
so exactly.
I think it's just like any sort of help. But so I never had a baby nurse, not on purpose. Just I didn't have one with the first two. I was like
First
20.
three.
Right. I was like 27 when I had we were young, and I don't think we even had enough money to spend on like a baby nurse. We had a nanny.
I also felt
And then-
weird about having somebody live in our home.
Well,
when
he
we were, like,
got used to it real quick.
I'm
And
sure he did.
he was like, is she leaving?
That's great.
And then the third was
great.
COVID baby. So we were home and we couldn't even have anybody. But this last time, an angel, truly an angel. Like we brought her back. We asked her to come back. She left and we were like, no, we're not done with you. Please, please, please come back. And I got so many comments of people being like, I don't know. I said something nice about it. And they're like, how about you try spending time with your baby? How about you did it, like shaming me? And I was shocked. I didn't even think twice about posting her. I actually got her like a bunch of jobs because I thought she was so amazing. I was like, let me share her with the world. But people were so nasty. So I can't even imagine what you got. It's like crazy.
I think too, like for me, I'm working during the day, and to perform at the level that I want to perform at, like you need sleep too.
I would fire every
100%.
single employee that Dear Media has before I would let go of my child help. Sorry.
Yeah, everyone's
Every
like, great.
single one. Because like here's the thing, like it is such a huge help, and for what we do together, I mean, we work at the same time. We're doing this show. Like it would not be possible to do
not
anything
possible.
without it. We need help. And when we had our first child, none of our family was there, and so we were the first one of our friend group to have it. So like we
Us
need all the
too.
help we can get. Yeah.
We were also the first. My friends used to call me child bride and teen mom.
But for sure. I mean, but here's the thing. Like I am shameless about talking about it, because what people don't realize, like there's also people that seek out these professions and they do this for a living, and so you're also like supporting
You're
100%.
someone's
providing,
life.
you're supporting the
Yeah.
economy in a sense.
Yes.
Our nanny is like another mom. I think she's like my mom sometimes. She like takes care of me.
Yeah.
She's like, did you eat?
I was going to say this, what you just said reminded me of kind of your initial question to tie together, which is, what are you, when you have 4 kids or even 3, whatever, it's quite different when you're a married couple working together, because having help enables you to do the business, and you're taking on a lot of risk by being an entrepreneur to begin with.
Right.
But the irony is you actually end up being able to, you spend more time with your kids, because the fact that you work together, you don't have to be in an office to be productive. You're at home and you're still able to be productive on the other end of it and be with your kids. And so a big part of it is including your kids just in your day-to-day life, even if it's business. It's like yesterday I come upstairs and Erin's
So we moved into it. Let me give context. We moved into a townhouse, and we have 2 different apartments that are part of the townhouse, and the lower floor we turned into our Mezcalum office. So we have our whole staff on the lower floor.
I'm gonna need an invite to the
And
Mezcal office.
You
next
have
time
to
I'm
come
here.
for Shabbat. I was going to say. You need to
I
come
would
for Shabbat
love to
dinner.
come for Shabbat.
Wait, and
You had me at Mezcal.
well, it's here. It
Okay,
arrived.
Good.
Um,
What is it? Tuesday in the middle of the
we
day?
can
Perfect.
bring it in.
I know. Should we bring it up?
Yeah, sure. Bring it in.
I'll do a little sip.
Okay. Well, I think
Taylor, in a
it's
little bit, bring in that Mezcal.
Anyway,
You can have us in the room.
Abe has a private office downstairs, so moving here also really changed our lives because we're able to work where our kids live.
So your office is below your house.
Yeah, it's like part
Yes.
of one building.
That's so cool. And you were gonna say you came in and your kids were
So
there.
so I came up. It was the middle of the day. I just came up to just get a bite to eat. And Erin's like on Zooms and I'm working, and baby Jack is in his walker, just hanging out, just da, 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 da. And
So
it's like
to see
he's there.
him.
She's hanging out with him, even though it's the middle of the workday. So it's just the irony of people saying, "Oh, spend time with your kids." That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The entrepreneur does give you a lot of fluidity on how you can bring your kids. Like we'll bring our kids if we're podcasting here for a week. You can be a little bit more malleable and flexible, which is great.
Yeah, what I tell people
you gotta
about
have help.
that though, because
Yeah.
there's certain people that are listening that's just like easy, sounds good for you. There's trade-offs, right? Like being an entrepreneur, you are able to set some of your own schedule and work the hours you need to work, but you also carry an immense risk and stress and pressure.
Stress.
And like if I work in an organization, you obviously it's a little bit more restrictive around the work setting and seeing your kids if you're clocking in an office or whatever. But the hours and exactly like what the input versus the output, meaning like you show up and you know what you're signing for. Like
You have a salary.
yeah, as much as I would love to hope that everything we're
Benefits,
doing will be successful, like things can go wrong and go belly up tomorrow.
Yep.
And I think that's the trade-off. And so where I can meet people with empathy and understand their perspective until you've also sat in the seat of someone who carries that kind of risk. It's just a different way you have to think, right? There's trade-offs is what I'm saying.
100%. I think you're being a little too nice about it. I think
Be
people need to be a little bit more empathetic to
He can't help
entrepreneurs who take on that risk, because nobody talks about that side of it. Nobody sees that side of it. They just see what's on Instagram and
You
social
were venting
media.
last night about all the stresses.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of fucking stress that goes into running and building a business. It's not like everything's great every day. Like things happen on an hour-to-hour
grind.
basis sometimes,
It's a
especially
real
when you're in the
grind.
beginning stages. And that risk, nobody cares about that. They just care about what they think they know. And I would encourage anybody listening who thinks like sees only one side of it, try to put yourself in the mindset of somebody who's taken on that risk, who lives with taking on that risk, and is not guaranteed a paycheck. They work hard for it, and
Yeah, I know every single day I wake up that there is with 100% certainty a problem in the company that I'm going to have to do. Like, it's not like, maybe there'd be I know 100%.
You should have seen me yesterday with the problem.
And when people, I'm at you get better at it, but people will bring, just pick on Dear Media, because we all, we produce your show.
The color of the studio needs to be changed
Lauren said
immediately
the color of a studio
because it looks like foreskin.
Yeah, okay. Well, she said it looks like a foreskin.
what color is foreskin?
Well,
It's
You don't
kind
know?
of like a. It's like
Well, doesn't it depend on the skin color of the
like
person who's
a really.
foreskin it is?
You know what it's like? Have you ever seen a naked mole rat?
Yeah.
That's the color of
yes,
foreskin.
that's what I was picturing.
I'm circumcised, so I guess wouldn't know.
Oh yeah.
So Abe, we're really getting to know each other today. So no, but I just and every time somebody I wake up like this is, and the reason I'm able to kind of
Foreskin studio.
can you stop talking about foreskin? You're throwing me off my train of thought here. I'm every time, the reason I don't get so stressed about it anymore is because I'm just constantly stressed, if that makes I know that there's an issue,
Right.
and I know as soon as I solve that, tomorrow there's going to be another issue. And I think the dynamic for people listening is entrepreneurs are the ones that are setting out to deal with nothing but problem solving all day long.
All day long.
And I think that's the mindset that you have to have. Some people like that, some people don't. If you don't like that, no problem. There's nothing I know a lot of people that are in great organizations that are not at the CEO level that make a hell of a lot more income than me and do much better. And, so I think that's the dynamic. So yeah, I'm being nice about it, but also I don't really have a lot of sympathy for people that whine about the circumstances of entrepreneurs, because you have to take on so much risk.
100%.
much risk.
It's like
And
you build a
people's
tolerance for the
problems.
stress, like a spice tolerance. The more spicy food you get, more of a tolerance. The same thing with stress, where you're just okay, well, it's the normal day.
And also you have people that rely on you to exist. And that's really challenging. It's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure. Like you have to take care of people's salaries and like make sure that they can pay for their lives.
I think this conversation is important because entrepreneurship has been so glamorized and romanticized.
So glamorized.
And yeah, sure, there's glamorous parts of it, but I also think it's important to talk about the stuff behind the scenes as well.
No, I'll give you, I mean, we've done this show, like I said, for a while, and there's a lot of wild shit that we would say and do on the show. But sometimes now, because of that responsibility to the organization and other people, they'll call me up and say, hey, like, you got to tone it down because it could affect, not that I'm still pretty out there, but like I have to be thoughtful because there's people that are reliant on this company and me like shepherding it in the right direction, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like, I can't just like
totally.
fly. Trust me, if I didn't have to rely on those, if they didn't have that, if that responsibility didn't exist, this thing would have gone off the rails years ago. But I have to just be more careful now.
Yeah, totally.
I can appreciate that.
What are the systems that you guys have for your kids? You mentioned systems. Do you have you said routines too. Do you have a specific routine?
You're looking to me, right? I wanted to see
Of
if you
course,
had
I'm
anything.
looking to you.
Do you organize
she
all the
does the
routines and
systems.
systems? Is that you?
I want to hear yours
Okay.
first, and I feel like mine.
I'm
They're going to be
curious who does it.
synergistic, but I would think you're more like Michael.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You're the routine system person?
No.
There's always one in the relationship.
I'm
I
like
think.
a traditions, weekly tradition, like kind of person. I'm not strict on systems. That's why I want to hear what you have to say.
So I'm pretty relaxed in terms of like it doesn't have to be perfect. That being said, the systems that I have in place are the weekly schedule is up on a bulletin board every Sunday. My assistant prints it out and she puts it up on the bulletin board in English, in Spanish, and my schedule as well. So
Why
that
in Spanish?
because one of our nannies,
Okay.
Abe's mom is actually from Cuba, so we speak Spanish in our house as well.
you might have to text me a picture of this so I can
I
do the
will.
system. Okay.
I'll send it to you. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's
Okay.
changed everything. Like even today, my nanny was like, "Oh, what time did they leave?" And I was like, "It's right
Yeah,
there.
you're like, yeah.
It's right there." So that has been amazing. Also, I created a really good, I think, weekly bedtime routine for them,
Okay.
which I have past, week or so been very strict about, and it's really changed their day.
What
at
is
school. They come home, they have like a point system. And if they get all the points, it's 10 points for that night or that day, whatever. And basically they come home, they do their homework, they unpack their bags, they brush their teeth, they take a shower, and they're upstairs playing by 7:00, which is early for my kids. My son is 11. He doesn't go to sleep till 9, but they're playing. They play with each other. Then it's books, and they're all in bed by like 7:45, and they need to be asleep by 8. And that's it. There's no question anymore. It used to be like, 8:30, 8:15. And it's a problem the next day. I mean, my kids are also like, Layla's 8, Levi's 11. Like if they don't get enough sleep, which they can very easily shift to like a 9, 9:30 because they're a little bit older. They're not good kids at school. Like they're pissed off. Like
Yeah.
they're
They're
cranky.
also really mean in the morning.
And they're Layla, we're mostly talking about my daughter. She's very intense. She needs rest, beauty, sleep. So that's been a system, and that's really it. But it works. And also, I'm really good about scheduling the meals, like meal prep.
And do you prep the meals or does someone else prep them?
So
Because you're cooking, I feel like.
In being in the sense of being honest here, like we've talked about, I actually hired a second person when we moved. And so the second person is now really the housekeeper, and my nanny is an excellent cook, and she's been prepping all the meals. I just don't have time.
If you're
I don't have
cooking,
time.
what are you cooking for?
Shabbat.
Okay. And is
And
that
every Friday.
is that what inspired the cookbook to begin with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because for me, Shabbat, and for you, was just something we did. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't really thought about. It was just like Friday night, you're home, you're having dinner with your family. Like that was it. And really when I got on the show and started getting on TV, people were very like surprised. Like
I loved
every
it.
Friday night you do this?
I loved it.
And it's every Friday night and it's without fail. And so like my house is a revolving door. Like literally my siblings will just pop in, have lunch, go home. Like it's just, people are always in and out. And I just felt like I wanted to share easy hosting with people because it's so nice. It's so nice to be together.
How many siblings do you have again?
Or younger. And he's got 5.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So it's a big family.
Big family.
I bet
Yeah.
there's dynamics and twists
Oh,
and
yeah.
turns with that.
Oh yeah.
You guys might not be done having kids now that I'm hearing
I
the
know.
dynamic. of the
No,
family.
we're done. We're done. I'm done. You
Abe's
can have a
smiling.
baby
I
next
don't
time.
know.
I'm done.
not saying we're not done.
Well, I'm done.
We're not.
So I don't know.
not
Maybe
done.
with your next person, with your life force that you have still. Like
Your
not with me.
zinc that's packed up.
I'm done.
So
I am
if
done.
we come on a Friday to New York, we can come.
Please bring your
to
kids.
Shabbat.
Absolutely.
100.
Okay.
I would love for you guys.
Bring
you
your
would love
kids.
It.
Oof. Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
because all of our kids will play and it'll be great.
Okay.
It's actually sometimes easier when you bring the kids when other people
Way
have
easier.
kids.
It is?
and
Oh,
like,
100%. Leave
And
my
like our
leave,
daughter,
they'll leave us alone.
she's 8. She loves being like the mommy to
She
younger
loves-
kids.
It's her favorite.
Okay.
It's her favorite thing to do.
I bet she's really good with the baby.
She's amazing with the
we
baby.
woke up one time.
That was the craziest thing. Okay, so we went to let me tell it. I'll tell it fast. We went to a wedding and we both woke up and we looked at each other. It was 9 a.m. and we were like, oh, the baby.
And
You
we're
know that
never
feeling?
out late
Like never.
anymore. But this
Never.
night we were at a friend's wedding, so we're out late.
We
So-
woke up 9 a.m. That's late. The baby wakes up at like 6:30. We were like, oh my God, the baby. So we run downstairs. Layla had a sleepover with her girlfriend. She's laying in our pullout with her friend, my younger son Elijah, and the baby. And I'm like, is he okay? She's like, yeah, I changed him. I fed him. I changed his clothes. And now we're just hanging out. I'm like,
Like, she made the bottle.
she did all.
See,
she
that's
And he was
just cool.
happy.
There was
And burped him.
Unbelievable. Burped
Oh my
him. The whole thing, and
gosh.
they were just like all laying in bed laughing. It was so cute.
That's amazing.
because I
It's
think
amazing.
Jordan Peterson, maybe it was him, was saying that that's what starts to happen is like when you have multiple kids
Yeah.
like that, the kids start to help raise the other kids. So
Yep.
you're not like when you jump to that with 4 kids as you have, it's not just like you guys doing all the work with all the kids help.
yeah.
Yeah. And-
Totally.
And it's important to empower them to help because then they feel really included and want to help, and it makes them feel circular but empowered
and capable.
and capable.
And capable.
Gary Vee was just on the show and he talked about how important it is as a parent to make sure that your children know that you feel they're capable.
I say this all the time. There's a story that I have that I tell people because I feel like American parents are very helicopter, especially a lot of my friends. And sometimes I'm like, just leave your kid alone. They're fine. But Levi was going actually up for Shabbat dinner at my dad's, and he was like, "Can I go in the elevator?" Remember? I think he was like 4
Oh,
or
yeah,
5,
yeah.
like little, but not too little. Like he knew what he was doing. My dad lived on the 2nd floor. And I'm like, sure, you can do it by yourself. And he was like, really? He was so shocked that I would let him do it. And he did it. And I remember him walking in and feeling like he was lit up. He was like, I went in the elevator. I pushed the button. Like those little moments, they're not a big deal to us, but they're huge for them because they feel like they can do things. They're independent. I think Malcolm Gladwell wrote about it in one of the books. I think The Tipping Point.
He was saying that when your kid is 25 and you're still paying for their car and their apartment, it's a dog whistle to them that they're not capable.
Totally.
I thought that was really
I
interesting.
agree.
Well, he was saying he gets a lot of messages and DMs from kids that are in that situation. And when it first started happening, like kind of like threw him off, but then he realized that like the parents are one enabling, but also creating something where the kid feels less self-worth, like the parent doesn't believe in them.
That makes complete sense. I hadn't thought about it that way. I've thought about it in the enabling sense and how if you don't have the incentive to make something of yourself, but that's interesting.
I'm sure that's a part of it too.
Well, I think it's
Yeah,
so hard. I mean, I think about this a lot. Our kids are young, but you work hard so that you can do everything to prepare and also take care of your children and give them a great life. But at some point you one of the most heartbreaking things I heard is like your job as a parent is to create an individual that one day doesn't need you.
Totally.
And it's,
But yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is tell my kids that we are having chocolate water. It's a little trick. So chocolate water is Paleo Valley's bone broth protein and chocolate. What I do is I froth it with a frother in some water. I add some ice to it, and it literally tastes like they're drinking chocolate milk, but there's 20 grams of protein in it. I do this too. I do 40 grams. I do 2 scoops, and it's a great post-workout, but my kids love this protein powder, and I can understand why. It's grass-fed, and it's real ingredients. It's quality sourcing. There's no junk, no fillers. It's everything that I want in a protein powder. I have very high expectations of protein powder, and I was a genuine customer and would buy this all the time before I started working with them. I love this brand. I have literally 3 bags of this. I travel with it. The chocolate is superior. Try it. Your mind would be blown if you saw how many protein powders are adding filler. That's why I really like this brand particularly. They also have really good meat sticks. So if you just want to get on a protein journey, this is a really good place to start. And I should note that they have other flavors in protein. I'm just a chocolate water fan. You can head to paleovalley.com/skinny or use code skinny at checkout for 20% off your first purchase. That's paleovalley.com/skinny or use code skinny at checkout.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
We are all trying to feel healthy. Drinking more water, getting our steps in, taking our vitamins. But here's what most people miss. And this is a very interesting one. Your liver health. It literally affects everything. Your energy, your digestion, how your skin looks, even your metabolism. And it's time that we show it some love. So InnerDose. Dose for your liver is a clinically backed liver health supplement. So this is not just another capsule or powder. Dose is a liquid supplement and it's taken daily. It's a 2-ounce shot and it tastes like fresh squeezed orange juice. It's delicious. Dose cleanses the liver of unwanted stressors that's slowing your liver down. Also, I think this is really cool. It promotes daily liver functions so your liver can do its job. There is 0 sugar, 0 junk, and 0 calories, okay? What you can expect by drinking Dose daily is you're going to reduce sluggishness, get rid of those midday crashes, and support your metabolism and even aid in your daily digestion. It has got real results. They had 2 double-blind placebo-controlled studies, and it showed its positive impacts on liver enzyme levels. Ready to give your liver the support it deserves? Head to dosedaily.co/skinny or enter code skinny and get 35% off your first subscription. Your body does so much for you. Let's do something for it. That's dosedaily.co/skinny for 35% off your first month's subscription.
How do I make a good shashuka? How do I say it?
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
It's honestly
Keep up and watch Housewives.
It's so easy.
Okay, how do I make a good shashuka?
You never had? You've had one?
No, I've
What?
never had one. No,
Are you saying it wrong? She's saying it
maybe
wrong.
you come for brunch.
No, she
then.
got it.
Shakshuka.
I said it right.
Shakshuka.
Okay, shakshuka.
It's
Yeah.
so easy. You saute onions, garlic.
Okay.
You cook it down. Then you put tomatoes, fresh tomatoes.
Okay.
And then you cook that down. It takes a while. It's tedious.
Okay.
And you can add a little bit of tomato sauce if you want. And then you throw eggs in. And then you can either put feta on it or parsley or whatever. You can top it with
What is
anything.
everyone talking about? That sounds amazing.
It's delicious.
So what was the problem with the shakshuka?
Well,
I told you she would say it wrong.
Like what were they mad about? That
That's
sounds
the
delicious.
Persian version.
well,
Shakshuka.
Jenna didn't want to eat it before we worked out. Fine. And then Sai doesn't like baked eggs. Like, I don't know. There was a problem that whole weekend. It was a problem. It was a really
That's
big
why I
problem.
don't go on girls' trips, Erin.
And I was hosting. I'm like, next time we're not doing that in my house.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never been more lost in an episode.
Did you watch it?
No, I don't.
He watched
I don't know
He
which-
doesn't
Oh,
watch
right
it like
now.
me. He
I watch it.
peripherals.
I watch it as she's watching.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I'll be like, what's going on? And
Well,
I'm like,
I made
keep
Abe
up.
watch Miami the
Here's-
other day.
here's
He
my
was
thing.
actually into it.
It's good.
I don't watch any. I watch our show, but I don't watch any reality TV.
Miami's
so we
good.
learned a long time ago,
Miami's
like just
good.
separate. I go to like if I'm gonna watch TV.
Yeah, but you
go
watched.
to
You were
sep-
into Miami.
But that's what happens because if you're in bed
no,
watching,
but come
then
on.
you're like, oh,
you
what?
see her going Haitian mortician, and like that was great.
I got a really weird thing
literally
that
She,
I
watching-
Michael, she cheated with a Haitian mortician who stole her coffee.
she had to buy him a coffee machine.
She had to buy him a coffee machine to shut him up. You cannot write that.
Amazing.
I've
Just
got a-
amazing.
I've
I'm
got
like,
a
how do we
really-
get that on
I
our
mean,
show?
yeah, we need to get that. But with you paired with you and the Haitian mortician story, that would be perfect.
I would love it.
My thing is, I have a weird thing where I kind of don't watch, but now that I know you guys personally, I'm gonna have to watch everything, and then I'm gonna get mad at people that are mean to on the show, and I get
What's up?
really
Love you.
invested.
Yeah,
and I
that's
do-
how we are with Meredith
I
and
do
Seth
that
from
with
Salt Lake.
everyone
them.
that I meet that goes on these shows. Now I'll be like, I got to watch, I got to catch up, and then I'm gonna like make enemies for you that are not. You know.
Abe and Seth actually have the same birthday.
Yeah,
we
we're
discovered this at
427
dinner with them.
bros.
He's a good vibe.
He's a
Oh,
nice
he's
guy.
awesome.
They're
Yeah.
good people.
I feel like you guys are on the same frequency. He's in on the joke.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's very well said.
Yeah.
It's I mean, there's a whole other episode, but it's a weird experience being a man on a housewife show.
I'm sure.
'Cause you
What
live
is
in,
that like?
You live in this liminal space where you're not a cast member, and they don't like, but you're on it, and they're using your name, image, and likeness. And there's an indirect benefit, and you want to be supportive of your wife, but you're still exposed yourself to all the shit that people say about you because they think that they saw something, that you said something that's obviously not the context. And then you see articles that are written in the tabloids, and you're like, dude, I'm not even getting paid for this. Like, it's fucking tabloid shit. And it's weird. It's a weird thing.
You're the first husband that's come on here and you articulated exactly what I've always thought. I always wondered what the husbands do in this situation because everything you just said.
What's a misconception that you want to clear up that's bullshit that came out in the tabloids?
Oh, there's so many.
Are there?
The first season, I said as a joke that I'd fuck other women. Like,
He was so upset.
Wait, I don't
He was
remember that.
really
You said you
upset.
fuck other women?
Because we were talking about how Jessel and her husband hadn't had sex for like 2 years.
Was that true?
And I was like,
okay.
and I was like, what would you do if that happened? He was like, I'd fuck other women. But he was kidding.
But
But
were
that-
you
but-
though? Well, hold on.
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I'm going to be
It's
honest
a long
here.
time.
well, here's the thing.
If I didn't get sex for 2 years, Michael, I might,
It's a
2
long
years,
time.
that's a long, that's a Sahara desert.
Here's the difference.
That's what she called it when they had sex the first time.
This was the nuance that was not captured on the show.
Okay.
Which is if Erin, God forbid, was like really sick and we couldn't have sex because she was ill, that would be a completely different scenario where if it was 2 years of she just didn't want to have sex with me because we're not connecting. It's two completely different situations. Then these articles would come out like, even if his wife was sick with cancer, he'd cheat on her. And it's like, well, I don't care like now.
If
but
I
in
was
the time,
sick,
it's so new to
Michael
see
would
it.
be like, you still have a hand. Does your mouth work?
I mean, listen, I
You
do.
would.
I think
You
that
need zinc to get better.
I think we talked to a lot of relationship people on this podcast, like therapists. Like, sex is a big part of being in an intimate relationship, and I think when the sex
Absolutely.
goes, a lot of other things go because you lose a lot of that human connection. And
Absolutely.
not passing judgment on anyone, but if you're in a relationship where you're not having sex any longer,
Well, what we
Yeah.
didn't know, just to like clarify for Jessa, what we didn't know is that she was going through a really rough IVF journey. We
Oh, right.
were not
Of
aware of
course,
that. And like, so obviously it made sense after the fact, but regardless, like sex is a huge part of a relationship. And I feel like it's like, I know people are talking about it now and there are all these sex therapists, but I feel like it's not even talked about enough. Like how important it is in marriages. Like I know a lot of people that just stop having sex. Like they just don't have sex.
And
that's
what do
just,
they
like, part
say
of
the
their
reason
lives.
is?
I don't know, they're busy. They're like, this one goes to bed at a different time. Like there's just always something,
I think a part of it too is just like when you first connect with whoever the person that becomes your spouse, it's like what's that foundation? And for a lot of people, I think they probably just end up settling, and they get into routine, and they kind of just like go through the motions, and they lose the spark, the fun. And I think a big part of it is that they individually people forget that they're not it can't be codependent. You have to be interdependent. You have to maintain your own independence while existing in an interdependent relationship, but you can't forget about yourself and like having fun yourself and doing things for yourself and giving your spouse the space to do that for themselves.
I also think couples stop having fun together, and that's a big problem.
That's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
I think that lies in the fact that they stop liking each other.
Probably.
I don't think it's about love. I think when you stop liking the person that you're with, the fun goes too.
Yeah. Yep.
I
It's
also,
chicken or the egg, though.
right. Yeah.
Like
Well,
You're
you could love someone and not like them.
Yeah, but think about how many times people have been disconnected. They don't really like each other, and then they like go out, take Molly, like for old time's sake, and they're like, "I love you,"
This
and
is who I
they
married,
rekindle
okay.
something. I'm dead
Just go
ass
out and
serious.
take Molly and all
just
your
so you
problems will
remember
go
the
away.
connection. We have a business. So
Exactly.
we have a sex
We
business.
need to go out and take some Molly.
I don't know if you know this. We have a sex
Come over for
business.
Shabbat.
You do?
And we're going to get you.
Perfect. Put in my shashuka.
It's shut the shashuka up, Lauren.
Sprinkle it on.
Wait, what is your sex business? I had no idea. It was sex.
So we have a sex business that we'll get you a bunch of products. It's
Okay.
called Woo. And we
What-
all
Best vibrator you'll ever
toys
use.
and
Use it
lubes
during
and all
sex.
natural stuff. But we started
It's
it a long time ago, and our business partner Weston, who runs the company, makes a really good point all the time. And he says that, because he talks about sex openly all the time running that company, he says that people work on their personal finances, they work on their health, they work on their mindset, they work on their business, they get all these coaches and do all these things, but they don't do anywhere near the same kind of work on themselves when it comes to their sex life.
Totally.
He said, but sex is like a driving factor for relationships and happiness and, all sorts of things. But we put it's like the thing that gets pushed off to the side, and then we wonder why we struggle in relationships. It's like nobody
Such
talks
a good
about
point.
How much of
Such
it
a
do you
good
think
point.
is societal, in like a cultural sense of shaming or people growing up feeling ashamed to talk about it?
Well, I think that there's a lot of that. I also think that we have now just come through a time when there was a lot of, devious and, predatory behavior exposed by a lot of terrible individuals. And so there's a little bit of, that out there if you want to be careful and respectful. But, Scott Galloway is coming on later today, and he just wrote a new book about, raising young men. And one of his big things is that young men are no longer approaching women because of some of those.
I've heard this.
Yeah,
and
and
I agree with him.
and that basically young men and women's sexuality should be celebrated because, again, it's a driving factor for a lot of things, but we're losing some of that.
Humanity's procreation. That.
I think that it's crazy that people feel shame to talk about sex when that's why we're here. I don't understand.
Right. It's literally the way that we continue populating the world.
I mean, I think that it does take, though, people talking about it to make people more comfortable with it. And we do have to get you the coconut oil lube because you can have a massage, you can eat it, lick it, suck it, fuck it. So it's not like some gross massage and then you don't want to touch
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We have a massage table at home too.
Oh,
That's for the masseuse. I'm not.
I'm the masseuse.
But it never lasts with you. I'm like, can you give me a massage? And we'll have sex. It's like 2 seconds. I'm like, I said I wanted a massage first, though.
I give you 5 minutes.
Like 4, 3.
Okay, 4.
It's nothing. That's not a massage. I get hour-long massages.
You know what Michael asked me to do? Michael literally, while I'm having sex with him, will be like, can you give me a head rub?
Ooh,
I'm like, what?
Michael,
I'm a fucking octopus.
You're living in the future.
It enhances the experience.
Does it really?
Try
All
it.
the time.
God,
Try it tonight.
I've never heard of this.
Listen.
He's going to ask tonight. He wants.
I'm going
That
out
just blew
tonight.
my mind.
By the way, it could work both
Abe
ways.
just blew his load.
Yeah. But no, I mean, listen, I think
Michael, guys everywhere
really
are
never
opening
heard
up
of
their
this.
chakras to what you just said. You can get a head
follow
massage.
me. No.
You do have a chakra up there too.
Yeah,
right?
and look at his hairline. It's because I've been massaging his head
Is
the whole time
is that
I'm
natural?
fucking.
Because that's
That
nice.
is
It has a nice
It's
hairline.
natural.
It's very natural.
The TikTok
They
people.
call him Lego head.
Yeah, they call me Lego head.
No.
It's
What
a
is that? Why?
it's a bunch of
Because
patchy.
it looks like a Lego
jealous-
that clicks on.
I'm jealous of your hairline.
I'm over here having sex with someone with Lego hair, massaging it so it can grow.
But I think like with everything else, like something we tend to stigmatize things that we are uncomfortable leaning into. But whenever I see a stigma, I'm always thinking like there's probably it's probably important, right? Like
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's a lot of shame around certain there's a lot of shame around money. There's a lot of shame around sex. There's a lot of shame around like being vulnerable. There's think about like years ago, like you couldn't talk about depression, anxiety, mental health issues. And so I think, one of the benefits of doing things like this is you get to just show people that these are human issues that we all have to deal with. Right. But leaning out of these conversations, I don't think helps anyone. Everyone's having sex. Everybody wants to have better sex. Really, that's the tagline of the company, like even better sex.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Sex
thing.
can also be great for repair. Like when he annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
We had a fight the other night at dinner, and we're like the next day. I'm like, cool.
Makeup sex.
Yeah, it's
Right? That's what we're talking about?
sometimes I love a little fight for no reason.
Yeah.
Throw a little match.
All the time.
Flick it.
And by the way, we
happens all
talk
the
about
time.
this a lot in relationships where you're having like a stale period. I think a lot of pressure gets put on. Sometimes just be a little transactional about it. Be like, look, we haven't had sex in 3 weeks. Like we're
Abe will
doing
do
it.
that.
We're
It's happening
we're
tonight.
happening,
I
and
don't
then-
want to hear it. I'm like, and then he's like, you liked it. See, I told you.
As you always do.
Their personalities do change after it. It's
Fully.
like
Fully.
sometimes I'm like,
We're-
oh
It's
my God.
Men-
actually
we're very simple
wild. I can
creatures.
tell
I mean,
when
like,
it's like been too long. He's
just a
like
little
crabby.
arm-
He's rude.
What did I
It's
say the
crazy.
other day? Actually, like I
go, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. And then you solved it in 2 seconds.
No,
I'm like a different.
I had a baby and you can't have sex for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I had a procedure where I got my vagina tightened.
You did?
Like I got it
How was
stitched
that?
up.
Oh, yeah.
With Dr. NYC Gyno. I
Okay.
talked about it on the show. And then it was another 6 weeks that you have to wait.
It's tough.
Yeah, but your dentist probably
But also-
gave you clearance.
But all,
Right?
but also,
We're gonna get along very well, my friend.
Men need to stick together.
This episode of the Skinny Confidential Him and Her podcast is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first Bake from Frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, pastries, and fresh pastas. Plus, and this is a real plus for me, all items conveniently bake in 25 minutes or less. So unlike many store-bought options, Wild Grain uses simple ingredients that you can pronounce, which we love. They also use a slow fermentation process that can be easier on your stomach and richer in nutrients. It's really important when you're picking a pasta or a bread that you look to make sure that there's no preservatives and no shortcuts. And I really like how there's a slow fermentation process, especially for my kids. Wild Grain boxes are fully customizable. In addition to their variety box, they also have a gluten-free box. And they have a vegan box and a new protein box. So you really can get it all. I am a fan of their warm sourdough bread. I love sourdough with some delicious French butter and a little sea salt. It is my favorite thing to eat. I have a piece every single night. There's nothing like having an artisan bakery in your freezer to chase away the winter chill. Now is the best time to stay in and enjoy comforting homemade meals with Wild Grain. I highly recommend giving Wild Grain a try. Right now, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off your first box plus free croissants for life when you go to wildgrain.com/skinny to start your subscription today. $30 off your first box and free croissants for life when you visit wildgrain.com/skinny, or you can use promo code skinny at checkout. You know what I love? A meatball. A meatball is my absolute favorite, and I love to add a crunch to it. Lately, I've been doing a taco meatball. So I'll crunch up some potato chips. I'll add some raw cheddar cheese. I'll add a little bit of sliced organic raw white onions, and I'll add some jalapeno, and then I will add Taylor Farms chopped salad kit. The one that I have been adding to my taco bowl is the avocado ranch. It's one of my favorites. They have sweet kale, Caesar, and Mediterranean crunch too, which you could do. So you could pick your one that you feel like fits best with your meatball, and all you have to do is just add it to your bowl. You could also use it to make a salad or even use it on like a burger. It's super fresh. It's crisp. It's delish. One thing that's great about their chopped salad kits to you guys is you don't have to chop or slice. You don't have to leave half a cabbage in your fridge. It's just fresh greens. They have yummy dressings and toppings. Just mix it up and you're ready to go. They have 28 chopped kits, 10 salad kits, 6 organic chopped kits, and 9 mini chopped kits. So there's truly something for every appetite and occasion. I like to do a hamburger meatball and then I'll add the avocado ranch to that, or I like to do a taco bowl. So it just depends. If I can do it, you can do it too. Grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. This episode is brought to you by Woo More Play. All right, if you're out west, this one's for you. Woo More Play just launched with Fascinations, the one-stop shop for adult toys, lingerie, wellness, and more. If you're a listener in Arizona and Colorado, you can visit their local Fascination store to pick up the full line of Woo More Play. So think lubes like the coconut love oil, which is magnificent. It's organic, non-toxic, the only lube that I will use, and it's not filled with shitty ingredients. It also tastes like cupcakes, which makes everything so much better. If you need to get Woo in a hurry, go to fascinations.net to buy online and pick up in store. Definitely get your favorite non-toxic Woo More Play lube today. You can use code SKINNY both in-store and online at Fascinations. Of course, you can also shop my favorite vibrator and lube at woomoreplay.com. That's woomoreplay.com.
Are you going to do a mommy makeover?
I'm going to do a lift.
You're going to do a lift, not a boob job, a lift.
So I kind of want to just do the lift, but I feel like everyone keeps saying you're going to have to get an implant. But I really don't want one.
The thing about the lift is, I'm going to tell you this, is the lift, when you lift them up, it makes them look smaller.
I'm okay. I don't care about
You're
that.
okay.
Yeah, I don't need
So
a
if
big
you don't
boob.
want size, okay.
I don't care about the breast size.
Think about it. If it's like big and then you're lifting it up.
I'm okay
Do you know
with
what
the
I'm
small
saying?
boob. I just worry that it's going to still be deflated.
I don't think so with a lift.
I hope not. I don't know. I used to have double D's. I was the girl with big boobs.
Double D's.
Double D's.
Legit.
I had huge boobs. They ruined my boobs.
Because breastfeeding.
Because of breastfeeding.
Why do people say it doesn't ruin your boobs?
They're fucking lying.
They're lying. From what I hear.
From what I hear.
I realize I was indoor.
You know what though? What makes me feel good is that with the boobs, the boobs, like let's say breastfeeding ruins them, your balls are getting saggier and saggier
Yes!
and saggier
I
by the
love
day
it.
because you're getting older. And think about it, it's just gravity sitting there.
Ugh, balls
So
are
I'm
gross.
okay with
100% accurate.
So
balls are just gross.
when you guys get your balls lifted, talk to us about getting our tits lifted.
But like nobody's looking at our balls.
Oh, I have to look at balls.
Your boobs are like not the bare boobs, but like your boobs are visible. So it's a different scenario. Like your balls are hidden. They're like held
Imagine
up.
if guys just like started showing off their balls when they got a ball lift.
It's a lot.
Is that a thing? Does that exist? Probably exists.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure like everything exists. The question is, how
Right.
far do you really need to?
Let's take a plot twist from saggy balls to your businesses.
Yes.
So,
What a segue. We are professionals.
so what's the perfect mezcal margarita? How do you make it?
We love a paloma, spicy paloma.
How do you make it? What's the
It's
Erin special?
grapefruit. You can use a little bit of like liqueur, like an orange liqueur,
Okay.
and that's it.
Simple.
Yeah.
We're all about simplicity.
Okay.
Our mezcal is so good, you really don't need much.
It
of
really
And I'm
is.
not even just
We're
saying
not
that. Anyone who
trying to-
tries it says it. Like
Taylor,
it's-
can we get a glass of the mezcal so we can drink
how
it on
smoky
YouTube?
is it on a level
No,
from
it's
like 1 to
definitely
10?
was.
So compared to tequila, it's smokier than tequila for most tequilas.
No,
but
it said it was
for
dropped
mezcal, we deliberately designed it
That's
to
the
be very
guy
light on the
downstairs?
smoke because we wanted to appeal to a wider demographic, a female demographic, where mezcal was typically very masculine dominated, like smoky, skull
said he
and bones.
dropped it off.
And we wanted to work in cocktails where it didn't overpower it. So
Yeah.
it's an addicting spirit. It's
So,
really fucking good.
so you guys, if you're out and you're
Yeah,
at a
we should do that.
restaurant, you will order mezcal on the rocks.
I mean, so I like a mezcalita, which is a margarita just with mezcal. It's like I like a skinny one.
And tell
Or
us the
paloma.
difference between, because just so you can educate me, I want to know.
Yeah. So what we created was a not very smoky mezcal. It's very light on the smoke because for me, mezcal was too smoky. Have you
Huh.
tried? It can be very overwhelming, and also the branding I thought was like very masculine,
It
very
is.
tribal. Ours is not. It's very beachy and also appeals to women.
Smart.
Tequila, only by Mexican law, has to be 51% pure agave, which leaves 49% of additives. A lot of brands are getting sued because they lie about how many additives.
Yeah, a
are
lot of
in
that's
the
coming out.
First of all, that's what makes people sick and gives them a hangover. And you're drinking like vanilla and like caramel. It's disgusting. It's crap. It's literally crap. By Mexican law, mezcal has to be 100% pure agave. Must.
And they test it.
The other thing is tequila only can be made by blue Weber agave, one type of agave species. So they're getting, farmed younger and younger. They're like shittier plants. It's just not, they're not mature. But mezcal is by 80 different species of agave. So ours is a blend. One is quiche, the agave we mix it with, which is a very, very hard to come by wild agave, which really makes it light on the smoke. So
But
it's
not
like,
too hard to come by.
And it's
so our supply chain
100%.
is
It's
intact.
100.
our supply chain is good.
There's
yeah.
no additives like vanilla or
Zero.
anything.
No,
Nothing.
there can't
It's
be.
so, I really want you to try it.
I can't wait. This sounds so up my alley.
It's really good.
It's the drink of choice for young parents. In particular,
'Cause
that's how I look at it. Where it's like you're
you're
going
not
to go out
hungover.
and be social.
You can still
can't wake
have
up
a
with
morning.
hangover.
I had vodka because in my book I have blue cheese stuffed vodka martinis, and I die for a martini. And I have yet to discover how to make a mezcal martini, like dirty martini. You just kind of can't make it. I died the next day. Like when I tell
'cause
you,
you're hungover.
I was so hungover. It never happens to me. Like I'm usually fine.
I have not
don't
seen you like that.
I
in
died.
years.
I had to get an IV. I had a full week. It was so bad. I drink mezcal. I'm completely fine. It's like a
Whoa.
wild thing. It's a
Oh,
wild thing.
And there's no sugar. It's got the lowest glycemic index of spirits.
It's a probiotic.
It's one of the lowest calorie spirits.
It's like wild.
And you have diversity of taste because you can have different species. it's like wines where, most people in the United States will drink primarily Espadín, the species. But as you get more into the category, it's a whole world of different species.
It's really fun.
It's
really
really
fun
interesting.
business.
It's kind of a fun endeavor.
It almost has a vibration and a frequency that it's alive
Totally.
when you guys explain it.
Totally. And we're also so passionate about it. It's also, if you look at the trends of like the way that people are looking at alcohol, it's the same thing that happened with food. People are becoming more mindful about where their food comes from.
People care about
organic,
ingredients.
non-organic. Same thing with alcohol. Like, it shouldn't be that people go to a bar and say vodka soda, tequila soda. Like, what kind? What are you putting in there? And that's how we're just conditioned to do that. But as people start discovering more about what's in the product, they become more educated and they start knowing what they're putting in their body.
I'm ordering mezcal tonight, and I
Where are
am
you
going
going?
to report back. Polo Bar. Do they have it? Do they have your
good.
mezcal?
I think they have good mezcal.
Can
there.
we get your mezcal there?
Vita? They have Vita.
No, don't get Vida.
Why not?
I'll give you Siete Misterios is a good one.
Yeah, that is a good.
Siete Misterios. What's yours? Where can we find yours?
Ours is available online, obviously, if you're not in the Northeast, Mezcalum.com. But out here, I mean, New York City,
Everywhere.
we're
It's
in
everywhere.
a ton of restaurants,
it's awesome.
bars.
What's your
liquor
favorite
stores.
restaurant that we can go get it? Here.
Probably St. Theo's or American Bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
They have a
Chez
really good
Margot.
cocktail there.
Or,
What are your top 3 go-to like regular recurring places that you guys go and eat out here?
we love Il Cantonore. We go there a lot.
You
We
went
love-
there on the show, didn't you? I think. No?
Did we?
Where do we go out? I don't even know where I go anymore. I'm trying to think.
He just shows up. He doesn't make any
Just show up.
We like Polo Bar.
Yeah.
The
fried olives?
I like Chez Margot. Fried olives are
I've
so
never
fun.
been to Chez Margot.
You guys would like it.
Okay.
It's
a
a
little
cool. I
members
didn't
club. It's
think I would like
beautiful.
it because I thought it'd be too douchey. But it's like just
It's
the
very
right level
cool.
of douche.
It's the right level of douche. Yeah.
Like a flick of douche is okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a little.
There's always
It's
going to
more
be
than
a
a
flick of
flick.
douche in New York.
Yeah.
You can
But
also
it's
go
not-
non-douchey.
What's the best advice Andy Cohen's ever given you?
Well, he told me not to read the comments, and I said, it's good advice, but I'm going to read the comments.
Don't read them.
Now I stopped. But in the beginning, everyone does. In the
You want to get
beginning,
a
I think.
pulse check, but then get out of there.
That is the best advice.
Yeah, get out of there.
Don't
You
read
don't
the
also you
comments.
don't want to read the positive or the negative because you don't want to you don't want your ego inflated.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
We've
Where
covered a
can-
lot of ground.
Yeah,
Dear
we
Media
really
Show,
did.
come together. So excited to have
Produced
you guys
by
on
Dear
board.
Media. Do you guys know
Yeah,
it?
love it.
Love having you. We're
Um,
gonna get you guys all. You said you want to dial in the home studio. We're gonna have an office out here studio.
They can help us set up the home
yeah, we
studio.
come and set up the whole thing for you.
Great.
Yeah.
I've got the equipment, but the layout needs.
Yeah, we'll
No,
we
No,
got
with
you.
everything.
We've done a couple.
And I would like to drink your mezcal on
I
an
know.
episode sometime. Like, I think that would be fun to drink it on the show.
No, next time we come back, we'll get together socially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run
Yes.
around.
You guys
have
are great.
fun.
So much fun to have you on a mic. Thank you so much. Where can everyone say hi to you guys?
Socials, Erin Dana Lichy.
Abe.Lichy.
And go shop their mezcal.
Check
And
out the
try our
pod.
mezcal.
Very
It's so
important.
good.
Thank
Turn
you.
this one off and go right to that one.
You guys are great.
Yes.
Thank you guys.